Hey, good evening everybody. Welcome to another action figure review on my channel. Hope you're doing good. Hope your week's good. Hope your day's good. And if it's not, I hope it gets better after watching this video. I hope that I can put a smile on your face. Today we're going to be looking at the Mcfarlane Toys King Explosion Murder himself, aka Bakugo from the My Hero Academia Wave 1 line. I do have all of these figures and I would like to review them, but we're going to start with the Bakugo because he is part of my little logo image that's in the thumbnail of all my videos, so I would like to review those. Him and Retro Spidey, I really need to review those. Anyways, let's start with his accessories. So, oh, by the way, I just want to say, please leave a comment. Let me know after watching my video. Please let me know what you think about him. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to improve or what I did right. I just want to make it as enjoyable for everyone as possible. So anyways, he comes with two of these explosion hands, and these look awesome. They really do. Look at that. Look at that. They got this pearlescent orange on them. It is badass. I mean, look at the inside of the hand right there. You can see we get that orange. We get these sculpted lines at the bottom of each finger right there. And it looks really good. You get the hole right there to plug it into. But yeah, oh my gosh, look at that. And we do get one of these for each side. This is the left, this is the right, and they are identical. I must say they are identical, so yeah. And I think they look really good. You get these sculpted like blasts right here, and then you get these ones that kind of shoot out. You know, it's one thing worth mentioning is whenever you're putting it on the figure and your fingers get caught up on these things, it does get sharp. And these hands, this is actually a complaint I have with the figure. They are really hard to get on there, especially with these gauntlets. We'll talk about that more, but yeah, so there's that. And he does come with this My Hero Academia base that we do get with all of them. It does have a peg right there. And like I said, I have all these figures, and realistically, I have like a whole bag of these. I wish you could like turn them in for a prize or something, like, you know what I mean, like a token of some sort. I know that's weird, but yeah. So I have a whole collection of these. Pretty basic, pretty black glossy base. I never use it. Anyways, let's take a look at Bakugo. So yeah, first of all, with these hands, these are really hard, especially the smaller ones that you can't grab onto. They're really hard to get in and out, but you can do it. It is doable. Yeah, a lot of times what I'll try to do is I'll take like a pen or something skinny, and I'll try to stick in his hand and pull it out, so he's like grabbing onto it, and I pull off his hand. But yeah, otherwise you can try to get your thumb underneath there, and I don't know if I can do it on camera. Hold on just a second. Oh, I don't know if I can do it off camera either. Like I said, I promise you, it's doable. I'm not just a weakling. It is very difficult, but it is doable. So you can see there's a peg right here. Here's this hand, and both of these hands are identical. They're just, you know, different sides. So you got the orange, the dark green, looks good. You got the sculpted lines, those fingers. I do like it. Looks very good. And we get the peg in there. Unfortunately, these gauntlets are not removable. I would have really liked if the gauntlets were removable, but you just take this one. Shoot, that's the wrong one. You just take his left hand right here with the blast, and you put it on there, and you clip it in there, and that looks absolutely amazing. I mean, seriously, I love it. I love it a lot. Here, you know what? Let's ow. See, like I said, it's hard to push on there because it gets sharp, but it is easy to pull off there because you just obviously pull it like that. But yeah, one thing worth mentioning is that you can't really, I guess you can kind of turn his hand in there. Oh shit. Here. Let's go. Trying to get that on there, I'm sorry. But it is kind of pointed down a little bit from the hand. Like if you're blasting forward and you have it turned, it is kind of pointed down just a tiny bit, just angled a tiny bit, but it's fine. You know, it's all right. Oh man, it's so hard to do this on camera. Hold on a second. There we go. It should be on there now. Anyways, let's take a look at the King Explosion Murder head sculpt. Man, look at that. Look at that grin on there. Okay. And the mask you get under there, that just looks awesome for real. Look at those teeth. I love it. Very anime looking. Looks very good. And I love the hair. I love how big the hair is. Boom. I'm a big fan of Bakugo. In case you didn't know, I do love Midoriya just a tiny bit more. I do. I love Midoriya. Midoriya is still my favorite character, but I am a big fan of Bakugo. He is a very close second. And if we look at the back of the head here, we get more hair and his little fins here. I thought they were kind of silly, but I gotta say, they're growing on me. They are. They look like big explosions, and it is sculpted right here, or here, right here along the black. It is sculpted all the way around. It's painted very well. I think it looks good. And then we get this collar. It's sort of like a blast type thing. Very military looking suit Bakugo has. And it looks good. All these knobs are sculpted on there. They look really good. I like it. I think the skin tone on this guy is a little bit light. But it still looks good. And then you can see here we got the sleeves. One thing that I must say is the elbows. Of course, it's not going to do it now because it's on camera. But yeah, from these big heavy gauntlets and the effect pieces, they have gotten stiff. So if you want to hold it out, you're going to have it like that. You can't have him bent. Well, goodness. Of course, it's not going to do it now. But yeah, you can't really have it bent, especially at 90, because it's just going to fall. You're going to have to turn it. And to avoid stress on that elbow sideways, I would have it posed like that. So that, you know, but that's me. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. Like I mentioned, it is a very heavy figure. You get these big pants, these big baggy pants with a lot going on, a lot of plastic. And then you get these big heavy grenades. And on top of that, we got the big effect pieces. I mean, wow. It's a lot of plastic Mcfarlane puts in, but it does have its downfalls. So anyways, in the skin color, we get that X. It is sculpted. And you can see that's how far it runs through. It meets a point right in there. It doesn't run all the way through. So that's sort of unfortunate, but it's okay. And getting down to the belt here, if I can get his shoulders up, we got those butterfly joints in there. We have a nice green belt, and he does have these grenades on there. I like how it's painted in the gray on the top. I think that looks good. Green buckle with the orange. These pants, they're all black. I love the sculpted wrinkles in there, sculpted bagginess and the wrinkles. There's this little pouch thing. I don't know exactly what it is. Love how the green runs down. It does have the ring around, the green ring. Looks good. You can see on the knee pads, very sharp, pointy knee pads. My goodness. But yeah, it does have the orange little dots in each of those holes. Looks good. And Bakugo boots. Looks awesome. He has treads back here, or down here. He has a peg hole on his right foot, not on his left. And looking at the back, you can see it's mostly just black all the way through, except for these straps on here that we already talked about. And the belt is orange. Right here, you can see they kind of got a little orange paint on the Bakugo butt right there. That's a little unfortunate, but not a big deal. I haven't noticed it until now. And oh my gosh, I don't want to stress these elbows. I don't want them to get warped sideways on me at all. But anyways, also you can kind of see where the skin tone is inside there. They kind of got a little black in there. I think it's a black mold because it's mostly black here. So it looks like there's a little paint wear inside there, but it's not really anywhere else. So nothing really to worry about that much. If we want to go on the articulation on this figure, his head will move up just that much. That's kind of understandable, except for when you think about the hair back there in this color piece. But anyways, he will look down that much. Very good. You can get him looking forward, like angry, smiley, determined Bakugo. Looks very good. His head turns side to side, and it does get great pivoting. Arms will move outward that far. I'm kind of having to hold this up. It will droop down a little bit on you. So that's something, because he does have very thin arms. Oh man, they bend forward that far. Back, upper or bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that bend in that far with those gauntlets, which is pretty impressive when you think about the gauntlets, of course. The wrists will turn side to side, but you can't really get them to hinge there. I don't even know if there's a hinge in there. I honestly don't think so. He does have sort of a waist crunch and an upper crunch, so he will crunch forward that far. Back more so. It will swivel right here and swivel at the waist. We'll pivot that far forward, or not forward, to the left, to the right. Come down. We got these big old legs and move out that far, and he will kick forward that much here. And if we try to get him to sit, he will sit. Does he lean? Yeah, he leans. So you're gonna have to like bend the knees a little bit, mess with it, whatever you gotta do. You know, no upper thigh swivel. That's something that Mcfarlane is just now getting on their figures with the Tenya Ida. Very stiff knees. I imagine it has to be because of all that plastic, but we can get it bending all the way. I do recommend heating it up before you start messing with it, because the joints are very, very stiff. And it does have the ankles that move down, they move up, they will rotate, it will pivot, very good. And he does have the toe articulation that bends in that far. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take this off in here. You can get him into some very cool poses with the explosions, and some very cool poses otherwise too. I must say I like it a lot. Bakugo is a very cool character. One thing that I think is a downfall for the figure is not just how hard it is to get the hands on there, which is probably the main one, I must say. But I wish he came with an angry face, you know, because Bakugo is a very angry guy. He has a lot of issues, a lot of jealousy issues, which is fine. I mean, it's relatable, seriously. But yeah, he needs an angry face. He really does. Here he is next to Mcfarlane Midoriya. So you can see they're standing at around the same height. Let's see real quick. If we can measure him out, he is standing to the top of that fin there at about over 6.5 inches tall, to the top of his hair about the same height. Well, the top of his fin about 7 inches, to the top of his hair about 6.5. Yeah, so overall thoughts, I like this guy. I do. I'm happy to have this Bakugo in my collection. I wish he came with an angry head, and the issue with the sort of the loose elbows and the thin arms with all that weight is kind of upsetting, I guess. But it's very cool. I like it. For the price point, it is very, very good. I enjoy it a lot. Yeah, so thank you. Okay, out of 10, I forgot. 8. 8 out of 10 is my final score. Anyways, thank you all for watching my video, especially watching this far through, you know, all the way to the end. I hope you liked it. I'm happy to have you. Please, like I said earlier, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Let me know what I should fix, what I should improve on, and what I'm doing right. And let me know about this figure. Do you like it? Do you have it? Is it one that you want to get? Is it one that you can pass on? What do you think of My Hero Academia? I love it. It is my favorite show of all time. Not my favorite anime, not my favorite, you know, like cartoon, whatever. It is my favorite show. You understand what I mean. It is my favorite. I love it. Who's your favorite character? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. And thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good day. And I'll see you later. Peace.